you want me to say who I am? I'm Marisa Butterworth, married to Jesse Butterworth, a brave woman. Well, I've mainly been involved in music ministry in the past, just singing, and when we first moved here, I actually really pulled back from ministry. I had my first child and I felt overwhelmed. Things started shifting for me in my life when what I was doing was what every stay-at-home mom does, and watching a little Oprah. I started seeing things on human trafficking, and it broke my heart, and I ended up crying at the end of every episode. I had heard from Lynn Ellis, who works here at the church on the Serve team, that she was going over to Thailand, and right away I said, I want to go on that trip. I found out a week before we were going to leave for Thailand that I was pregnant with my second child. It made me really nervous, but I felt like the Lord knew before I had committed that I would be pregnant. He knew when I committed that I would be pregnant, and that He would protect me and protect my child through that time. When we first got there, I was very overwhelmed just by the country and the culture shock and the problem and how huge the problem was. And I had a chance to look into the eyes of kids that were potentially going to be victims of human trafficking, that were at risk, and I couldn't walk away from that. That was the first time that I had hope that I could do something as a mom, and who felt like kind of just a mom, that I didn't have any special skill. And that was when I came home and I thought, okay, what's the next step for me? While we were in Thailand, we met up with a woman who is American but speaks Thai, and was a great help to me to understanding the culture and the issue of human trafficking. A year later, I had a chance to see Leah here at Overlake. She came and to talk about human trafficking, and while we were sitting in the meeting, they mentioned something about an organization called Women of Purpose that World Concern had just started. They wanted to get women like me involved, and mentioned that maybe someone at Overlake might want to start one. And I definitely felt a nudge inside of me at that point that I should be involved somehow. So at that point, I pointed to the neighbor next to me who had also gone to Thailand and said, you should start this group. So I started sending emails out to just people that I knew that may have a similar heart, that wanted to be involved in something or had been touched in some way by human trafficking. Basically peer pressured my friends into joining a group so that it wouldn't just be me and my friend Patty that were there. From the time that we got back from Thailand to the time that I found out about Women of Purpose, I've kind of been plagued, and I still am, with nightmares. Good nightmares, they keep me going, but I see the eyes of a lot of people that we met while we were over there. I didn't expect to cry. When I went to Thailand, I really hoped that I would come back with a real sense of the issue, and I came back with a little bit more. I met the people that this was touching, and I couldn't turn away from it, and I couldn't turn away from them. Hold on. I felt a boldness from the Lord that my children would be okay, that my newborn would be okay, and that I could take them along with me on this journey. So a month later, we decided, okay, I guess we have enough people, let's have a meeting. So Eastside Women of Purpose has decided to raise money for the education and prevention side of things. And you may ask, how do we do that? Well, we are putting on a charity golf tournament on April 25th, Saturday at 8 a.m. And we're looking for players as well as sponsors. Was that obvious enough? We had our first golf tournament last year, and we ended up raising close to $18,000 to go toward this cause. So we're doing it again this year, and we've already had great response from local businesses, and again, of course, from our church body. I would have never thought that I would be here even a year ago. But I would say to anyone out there that is feeling a similar nudge in their spirit or their heart, and if you're feeling that inside of you, I would just encourage you to take a step forward, lean into the staff that's here, but then take the step yourself and start talking to people. And I thought I was just a mom, and that there was this huge problem that I alone could not even begin to tackle. But through this process, I've really learned that one person can make a difference, even me. and I want to be a part of something bigger.